Lewis Hamilton, Mercedes boss Toto Wolff reveals what relationship with F1 ace is like now. Hamilton cemented his position as one of the greatest drivers of all time this year by winning a fifth F1 title. And the new 2-year deal he signed with Mercedes in July signaled his happiness to continue racing for the Brackley-based team. S future had been in doubt 2 years ago after Mercedes had seemed to favor his teammate Nico Rosberg, who went on to win the World Drivers' Championship. And tension grew between the Brit and Wolff, which led to a clear-the-air chat in Oxford after the campaign ended. Wolff has now opened up on how things are between himself and Hamilton following the 33-year-old's latest title win. With Lewis, we needed our time, and in hindsight, how it was with how the 2016 season ended, it gave us the best roots to grow our relationship stronger, Wolff told. Since then we have had mostly good moments and trust has built up. It is important for a racing driver, for myself and for the team, that we can say that we trust each other, and it is not lightly said. Questions have been raised over what Hamilton will do once his current Mercedes contract ends. Expert Tony Jardine cannot see Hamilton hanging up his racing gloves in 2020 though. I personally think that he's one of the guys that as he gets older, he gets better, Jardine exclusively told Express Sport. I just think at 35, that's still absolutely fine. You have to look at Damon Hill and Nigel Mansell, they were up into 38, 39. That's a bit past it now, and even Michael Schumacher was back in at 38. I still think he will be absolutely in his prime, and his quote for me was, "I was born to race and win." That's what he does. No matter how much he loves his fashion and his music and all those other things, I think it would be a big chunk out of his life. So, in these 2 years if things go really well, I can see him signing for another 2 after that. Hamilton will begin his title defense when the 2019 F1 season starts with the in Melbourne in March. Next news: Corinna Schumacher gives rare statement ahead of Michael's 50th birthday. Michael Schumacher's wife has issued a rare statement ahead of his 50th birthday tomorrow. The 7-time world champion remains in trouble following his 2013 skiing accident, but his wife confirms the teams are still doing everything humanly possible to help him. She also confirmed they will be celebrating Schumacher's 50th birthday by looking at old victories, records and jubilations. The full statement issued on Facebook: "We are very happy to celebrate Michael's 50th birthday tomorrow together with you, and thank you from the bottom of our hearts that we can do this together. As a gift from him, you and us, Keep Fighting Foundation has created a virtual museum. The official Michael Schumacher app will be released tomorrow so that we can review all together Michael's successes." The app is another milestone in our effort to do justice to him and you, his fans, by celebrating his accomplishments. We wish you a lot of fun with it. Michael can be proud of what he has achieved, and so are we. That's why we remember his successes with the Michael Schumacher Private Collection exhibition in Cologne, by publishing memories in social media, and by continuing his charitable work through the Keep Fighting Foundation. We want to remember and celebrate his victories, his records and his jubilation. You can be sure that he is in the very best of hands and that we are doing everything humanly possible to help him. Please understand if we are following Michael's wishes and keeping such a sensitive subject as health, as it has always been, in privacy. At the same time, we say thank you very much for your friendship and wish you a healthy and happy year 2019. News about Schumacher has been more frequent in the media over recent months, but a statement from his wife is extremely rare. We understand that Schumacher needs round-the-clock £115,000 per week care. His son, Mick Schumacher, won the Formula 3 title earlier this year and looks to move closer to Formula 1 in F2 next season. Next news: Ricciardo plans to take Renault to the next level. Daniel Ricciardo believes he is good enough to take Renault to the next level in Formula 1 as the team's long-term plan continues. The Australian sent seismic waves through the F1 paddock when he surprisingly signed for Renault instead of Red Bull. Ricciardo won 2 races in 2018, and while he might not be in a race winning a car next season, a solid drive with the right strategy and he could squeeze out a few podiums. After finishing in the best of the rest position last year, podium finishes really are the next level for the French team. Obviously the driving I will always keep improving, but just try to figure out how to bring the team to the next level. Just be engaged in the whole process I guess and not get lazy, Ricciardo said in an interview on Crash. I want more from myself in terms of I'll always want more, I expect more from my presence in the team, Ricciardo stated, revealing his expectations. Nico Hülkenberg is experienced and he's been around, and I want to expect myself to become part of that team very quickly, and have a presence in the team, and be another source of push and fire and motivation. I guess I'm just expecting to carry good work ethic and to bring the people around us to work on what they have. Both drivers will have to get working hard soon, but New Year celebrations are still ongoing. Daniel Ricciardo brought in the new year with style in front of a BBQ, while Hülkenberg is swimming with some beer and cocktails. Next news: Ricciardo reveals why he isn't at Mercedes. Daniel Ricciardo could have been driving for Mercedes in 2019 but has said that he was tired of waiting for a black and white answer from the team. After impressing many at the beginning of the season, it had been expected that the Aussie would find himself driving for either Mercedes or Ferrari. Instead, the former Red Bull driver has joined Renault in a move which left many fans confused. I knew talks would take a bit of time probably, and again, trying to feel each other out, but it got to June, July and maybe we had spoken a few times and we hadn't really got anywhere, so if you want me tell me otherwise, I will move on, that's cool, Ricciardo said to ESPN. I guess it gets to the point like that with everyone where you want a black or white answer and that's it. I guess the games can wear a little thin. I don't even know if it's games. But circling around the edges, it's like just go straight in. But these are all things I will learn, and I am sure there will be another time in my career where I will need to go through this process again. Renault have been looking quick and every time they have been in Formula 1 they have ended up winning. Therefore Ricciardo could have made the right move. I guess on one hand I had teams that really wanted me, and then on the other, there were teams that were kinda half the foot in the door but not really, and so Mercedes and that. At times it was confusing for sure, and obviously, you're trying to figure out what is real and what isn't, who's genuine and who is not. Again, that was exciting. But it does keep the mind ticking a little bit. It looks like Ricciardo and Renault have formed a strong relationship where both parties needed each other. Fans will be looking forward to seeing how they do in 2019. Next news: Leclerc opens up on his debut season, which could have been very different. At the beginning of the season, few would have predicted that Charles Leclerc and Sauber would have performed the way they did. By the middle of the 2017 season, Sauber was close to a financial breakdown. However, A change in ownership and leadership gave the Swiss outfit an excellent foundation for its 2018 success. The team struggled in the first few races, but eventually they found the right setup and Leclerc was able to put it to use at the right time. Things could have gone wrong though, for both Leclerc and Sauber. I think it could have been a very difficult season mentally if obviously myself and the car would have kept the level we had at the beginning of the season, said Leclerc to GrandPrix.news. For me, it made things a lot more interesting once we started to evolve as a car and also myself as a driver, fighting for points and things like this. It gave me a lot of motivation. The car and the driver progressed well throughout the season and even ended with Leclerc being promoted to Ferrari. Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to share and subscribe to your channel to get the latest sports news around the world. Wished health and success. Goodbye.